Bond length. The first and the most important property associated with the covalent bonds. See, the ionic bonds basically are present between ions and their distance depends on how closely they are packed. But covalent bonds, on the other hand, are formed by the overlapping of the atomic orbitals, and these orbitals, since are directional, these bonds are directional. So they have fixed certain distances between them that are called bond length. What is bond length is? It's the equilibrium distance between the nuclei of the two covalently bonded atoms. So if we are talking about a chlorine molecule, now this one covalently bonded chlorine atom with the other atom, whatever the distance is present between the nuclei of these two atoms is called the bond length. And this bond length is basically now is called covalent bond length. On the other hand, remember, it's very similar to the atomic radius which we have studied in the case of periodic properties. But the problem is this, now this radius, whatever we will do the half of this, we can find out it will be the radius of the chlorine atom. But now this will be the very small because the atoms are already overlapping. Now similarly what we can have is, if the two atoms are actually forming what they are very close to each other, just touching each other, and because of their van der Waals forces and not they are having any kind of an overlapping, then also the bond length can be the van der Waals bond length, but it will be again the distance between the nuclei of the two atoms. So this is what the distance is called. This is called your bond length. If this is the A atom, radius of A atom, this is radius of B atom, so your bond length will be the sum of these two. Bond length is usually expressed in Armstrong's unit or in meters. I can give you an idea of how important this bond length is. Like we know carbon can form single, double and triple bond. So here in this case the two carbon atoms are having a single bond between them. In this case they are having a double bond, and in this case they have a triple bond. Now the bond length in these three cases, always remember, is what is your, in this case it is 1.54 Armstrong's unit, in this case it is 1.34 Armstrong's unit, and in this case it is 1.20 Armstrong's unit. So it is the bond length which that tells us how far these two atoms they are in the molecular species.